Hey, good morning, friends. Welcome to Open Hand Farm. I'm Penny, and about a month ago, Mark and I redid our porch. We put new lights up, new ceiling fans. I painted the furniture and the front doors. We just changed everything up. We stained the deck as well, and I wanted to go ahead and decorate it, but I didn't get it done. So this is the decoration portion of the front porch redo. So come along as I figure out what I want to do and what's going to work for us on this porch. I'm going to be honest, there's not going to be a lot of extra things because honestly, that's more things to take care of. You guys, I got enough to take care of. But I do want enough that it looks cozy and homey and is comfortable to sit on and enjoy time with family and friends. Let's see if we can figure out that happy medium. The first thing I want to do is make a cushion of sorts to put on this little coffee table that looks like a bench, and we actually use it as a bench. It's very sturdy, but it's also very hard. So I have an idea of what kind of fabric I want to use, but I need to figure out how big I want the actual cushion. I decided that for my fabric, I wanted to take a jar of scrap pieces that I have and I keep on hand. I wanted to lay them all out in just an irregular pattern and zigzag stitch over all of the edges. I wanted to pick up the colors of the siding on the house as well as colors that I use on the porch because it's really pretty bland out there right now. So that's what I did, and I have to tell you, this was a lot of zigzag stitching. I did lay it all out on a piece of fusible interfacing, so I was able to attach the bulk of the fabrics so that they stayed in place while I was stitching. And after the first round of stitching, and I came back to it another day, I really struggled to see if I got every single one of the edges of the fabrics because there were some very small ones. And I did find one little bitty, like inch long piece that I did not tack down as I was finishing the project, but that's okay, no big deal. I love the way it turned out. I pressed it, and it just looked great. All the different colors, and I like the zigzag that was showing in it. If you would like to see a video on how I did the whole thing, let me know, and I'll see if I can get that up. Now it was time to make the cushion. I knew that I had these two pieces of memory foam bed toppers that I had cut off of something that I used for another project. So I decided that I would use it. So I had to measure them. I was very carefully measuring the fabric because I decided to make the cushion a little bit smaller after I kind of carried the fabric out and looked at the bench. I wanted there to be room next to the cushion to set a plate or a cup or whatever. I was using this blue and white cushion as kind of a sample to see how I liked it. I did make mine a little bit bigger. So once I got my memory foam cut, I put it together so that it laid flat. I found this gray fabric and decided that would make a good backing. I went ahead and did an envelope kind of pillow so that I could sneak it in there and take it out and wash it if I ever wanted to. So I sewed it all the way around. I turned it right side out, and you see I've got this opening that I can put my pillow in, and it turned out great. Now I just need to put the foam in. That was probably the trickiest part of all because it did not want to slide on that fabric, but I got it. I just kept pushing and shoving, And once I was able to get that top envelope part over it, it worked out just great. And I love the way it turned out. It worked so well. I had another project I wanted to do that involved this old window. So the first thing I did was vacuum it and get any dust and dirt off of it. And then I went in with soapy water and cleaned it well. And I used a straight edge knife to make sure there was nothing left on the windows. And of course, the last step was to paint it. I went ahead and used the same white as I did on the front door of the porch, and it worked really well. So at this point, we have to decide which decoupage paper we're going to use. I loved this little one with the rooster and the hen, but the other one is kind of like a feed sack with a rooster on it as well. I liked one and Mark liked one. So let's get the Mod Podge and get it on. Okay, before we go any further, which one of these would you have used? We need to clean the window really well before we do the decoupage. And let's see if you can figure out which one we picked. I'm going to start by adding Mod Podge to the window. Before I add the paper, I'm just going to do a little bit at a time so that I don't get it messed up in the process. And I'm going to slice the paper over the trim around the windows so that it will lay down better. And by this time, you can tell which one I'm using. This was the one Mark wanted, so that's the one I went with. I love the other one, but I will use it on something soon. I can't wait. You'll see how it turned out in just a minute. Another thing we did was hang lights. I don't know about you guys, but I need lights. And we had these little screw-in holders, and they were a chore to get up. But once they were all up, I loved it. And then Mark hung my picture, and we were almost done putting it all together. Just as a reminder of what the porch looked like right after we redid it. Now we do have a new addition. We got a black stone. Mark got it for Father's Day, so we had to fit it in somewhere. And then this side of the porch, we have our little table bench and chairs and a little table. Okay, let's go out on the porch and see what we have. I have this runner that I've had a very long time that I love, that works well in a plant that loves the sun, so it will be so happy out here. We have our little rocking chair here because Genesee likes to come out and have hot cocoa with us some mornings, and then we just pull it over by us. Here is the cushion that I made out of the scrap fabric that I sewed together. And I just put a little plate there for a cup holder so that the bench doesn't get wet if somebody puts their cold drink on there. I did add, I don't know if you can see them right now, starlights, and for some reason they're flashing in here, but they're not flashing. That is so weird. They're not flashing. I don't know if you've ever seen my open hand farm sign. It looks like it's made out of metal, but it's actually cut out of wood. That is so weird that those lights are flashing, you guys. I just can't, I don't understand. Oh well. And we also added lights up around the top. Mark got up there, and each of the little holders have a screw in them. So he had to pre-drill and screw the little holders in. We have blankets on both of the rocking chairs because in the mornings it's chilly out here. Here is the window that I put the Mod Podge and the paper on. So let me kind of back out here. You can see it's in between the two chairs. It looks like it's too close to the window, but it's really in the middle of the chairs. And then here on my louvered wall, I added a heart wreath. Down here I have a plant with a little farm sign in it. On this table that I like so much, I added my coffee pots back, another plant. These are some lights that my daughter gave me. They're solar and they come on at night. They look like little fireflies in the jar. And then this is a sign. Mark changes out the flag every month, and this tells what the flag is about. I also have some things under this table. I had a little bit of the fabric left, so I made a little pillow and just stuck it here to add some color. I don't know if I'll leave it there. And that's what the porch looks like. Well, we got it done. I cannot imagine that I have waited so long to get it done, but I wanted to finish it before my mom comes this weekend. So I hope that you all enjoyed watching how I put things together to decorate the porch. If you have a porch that you like to sit on with friends and family, leave me a comment and tell me what your favorite cozy thing is on your porch. And until next time, blessings on you and yours.